Ladies and gentlemen, despite all of our technological shortcomings, we are back, and we are here with another potential hour and a half of OCW programming. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Overdrive Pride, the brand where you earn your keep. And speaking of earning, let's go into tonight's matches because there's a lot of earning going on tonight. Well, actually, I can't go into the matches first because we have a major announcement. So last week, Malachi Black hosted a House Rules Open Challenge, which was answered by LA Knight. House Rules state that the House of Black got to choose the stipulation. That stipulation ended up being the Extreme Rules match. After much discussion with Mr. Malachi Black over how he'd like to proceed with his championship, he has come up with the House Open. Now, what is the House Open? The House Open is a double elimination tournament in which 8 competitors will fight for the right to face Malachi Black. But the kicker is that the House of Black will determine the stipulation for every single match in the tournament, and stipulations cannot be repeated within the same round. Now, he had some say on who was in the House Open. I had some say on who would be in the House Open, and overall, I think people are really going to like just who's in it. And here are the 8 competitors on your screen. We have the Cardiac Kid, Wes Lee, against the real gold standard, Shelton Benjamin. Well, not against, but he's also in it. And then we have Johnny Overdrive, who we have not seen since the first episode of Pride. We also have Sami Zayn, who's looking to gain some momentum after losing the Internet Championship Battle Royale at Mayhem. And then we have two stars who also debuted at Mayhem, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, 2 former members of the Dirty Dogs. And we also have Darby Allin, who was in that U.S. title match, but Mr. Black is keeping secrets from me because he's not going to tell me who that last man is. But these are the 8 competitors, and it's going to be fascinating to see who is going to come out on top. But even if they get through this, they must remember that the house always wins. And I mean, just that is an absolutely stacked open I cannot say words. This is what happens when you have technology shit the bed. You lose words because you've already said every single word in your book when the shit went wrong. But anyways, I think now's the time that we get into our card proper for tonight, because I think we have a fantastic card layout for you. After qualifying last week, one member of Imperium, that being Giovanni Vinci, will have a singles match facing off against one half of the prideful tag team champions in Randy Orton to see who will have the momentum going into next week's tag team title match. Then after that, it's another edition of the Prideful Women's Championship Eliminator Tournament, as Raquel Rodriguez will battle Zelina Vega for an opportunity to make it into the 3-way dance number one contenders match next week. And then after that, we have the Internet Championship, as Jon Moxley looks to improve to 2-0 in his current title reign, but he has a very, very tough roadblock ahead of him in the form of Karrion Kross. And then after that, the man who just barely lost to Gunther in the Galactic Championship, Tomasso Ciampa, will look to get back on the road to championship gold, but he's facing one of the hottest superstars in Overdrive right now, in Moose, aka the owner of the world's greatest Scoop Slam. And then after that, we will have our first match in the House Open, and I'm being told right now the Dirty Dogs will implode, as Dolph Ziggler will go one-on-one with the glorious Robert Roode in a stipulation that we have not heard from the house yet, but we will hear when it comes to match time. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a historic main event on tap for tonight. A 10-time women's champion will go up against the longest reigning champion in AEW history, as Hardcore Country Mickie James will go up against Hikaru Shida to earn the final spot in the #1 contenders 3-way dance. And also what is the first ever women's main event in Overdrive history. Elias, words. I've stumbled over my words so much because I cannot contain my excitement for tonight. We are making history here on the Orange brand, and I bet that makes you really jealous. And if it doesn't, you're lying.
Yeah, no, not really. I figured that this would happen eventually. And if you didn't, then I was next week because I have a really great idea for one Becky Lynch. She's been freed up from commitment. Well, no, I'm glad that Pride was the first one to have a women's main event. Now, will it be the first one to have a women's main event? I don't know. What the hell?
Now, who knows? But these are, as we've said, these are two very accomplished women, probably two of the best female wrestlers on the planet right now. But they're gonna have to wait in the back, wait for their moment, and wait to make history. In the meantime, we got 5 more matches to burn through, and that's all happening right now as we go to our opening matchup. Now, what intrigues me about this matchup, as the Viper is making his entrance, what intrigues me about this matchup is that we didn't see Randy Orton wrestle all too much. And is that right? Okay, yeah, that is Riddle in the background. the lighting wasn't the best. It made it look like he was about to get jumped. But in the Wrestle Mayhem match, Matt Riddle did most of the work. I can barely remember, if at all, if Randy Orton even touched the squared circle. Of course, Matt Riddle, getting the win with his new finisher, the Mudhole Stomp over Ray Finnick, just planting a foot in the Luchador's asshole so hard that he physically could not get up. And now Matt Riddle tonight taking a breather as he cheers on his best bro, Randy, as he tries to get past one half of Imperium, one half of #1 contenders, and have the momentum going into next week. And really, I think with Randy Orton being as fresh as he is, and with Giovanni Vinci having to wrestle last week in a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but in a pretty competitive match with Top Flight last week, with Ludwig Kaiser, I really think that it's advantage Orton here.
No, for sure, Randy having that week off is nice, but I think you're not giving enough credit to Giovanni Vinci, and Imperium as a whole. Like, the wrestling ring is sacred ground to them. Like, they're used to putting in their all consistently week after week. There's a point in time where they're wrestling every single Tuesday on NXT, and defending those tag team titles against the likes of Rizano, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch. The Undisputed Era. I definitely think these guys are looking at absolutely putting on the show.
And of course, Vinci being joined by his tag partner Ludwig Kaiser, excusez-moi, and the Galactic Champion himself, Gunther, as he looks amazing with the pride and joy of the galaxy around his very, very big waist. But that is an interesting point that you bring up. Vinci is used to working week after week. My camera is not used to working week after week, as it has crashed. So while I fix that, I will try to continue to talk to the best of my abilities. And of course, Imperium picking up the victory last week. But you talk about Imperium used to wrestling on a weekly basis. They're used to that wear and tear. But remember, Randy Orton is a veteran in this business. He's been in this for over 20 years. If there's anybody else who knows just that, what the wear and tear of working on the road does to you, it's him. And yet Orton, year after year, day after day, has continued to perform at a high level. Quite honestly, I ragged on Vinci a little bit, but this match does have the potential to be a show stealer. Not only is Randy Orton getting to step back into the ring to his natural habitat, as is Vinci, but this is also a chance for Vinci to prove that he can do it on his own, that he can do it without the help of Gunther, without the help of his tag partner. But of course, the other two could be a factor tonight, and the bell is about to ring. There it is, and we are underway here in this week's edition of Overdrive Pride. And Randy Orton not letting anything go and a quick cover and
Quick
kick out
cover.
on point one.
Yeah, no. Again, DDT vintage Orton here. Going for another quick cover, kick out at one. Giovanni Vici is very used to being, I feel like, the unloved, unrequited workhorse of Imperium. You know, he's a guy who always put in work, taking some of the larger damage when in those tag team matches before tagging in Ludwig Kaiser. But I think with that, and with him being as strong as he is, that you see that overhead um, stalled suplex of his on Randy Orton. That damage and wear and tear, like even compared to a veteran like Orton, isn't really a problem.
Now Orton here after that hot start by Vinci, absolutely planting him. But I mean, you do have a point. Like just, I mean, remember Imperium used to be more than just Vinci and Kaiser. They also had another guy who I guess got banished to the Shadow Realm. But but as I said, this is very much again, say so many words, stumbling over myself. This is a big chance for Vince to prove himself, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to expand that. That's just the deal. That's the story. And also, the referee's at the count of 7. Vinci back in the ring.
All right, back in the ring here. I understand where you're coming from. This definitely is an opportunity for Giovanni Vinci to pin, a former 14-time world champion.
That's absolutely
probably
correct.
4 or 5 tag team titles in his name, as well as being a former Intercontinental and United States champion, Grand Slam champion. Also, a guy who's won Royal Rumble twice and Money in the Bank. You name it, Randy Orton has probably done it. And I think having that notch on his belt would be a very good nod for Giovanni Vinci when it comes to being Internet or even United States champion, because obviously the Galactic Championship is currently off limits.
And the fans went absolutely crazy as Orton hit his vintage, rope suplex. I'm sorry, rope DDT. He tried to go for the RKO there, and wait a minute, what's Vinci thinking? And he's just gonna put that neck to the back of Randy. Now Gunther. Walter is his other alternate universe name. Gunther got up on the ropes for a second, but not enough to really do anything of note. And Vinci, a spinning sit-out powerbomb, and that could be big. Does Vinci have the upset? Here's the cover and a kick out at 2. Veteran instincts kicking in. Vinci thought he had that one, and I don't blame him. A beautiful sit-out powerbomb.
Definitely gotta be feeling that one.
And Vinci crossbody, and he hits Orton. Hits him on the top of his shoulders, but Vinci not looking any worse for wears. He's flexing for the fans. He's T-posing. He's hitting that T-pose.
Like I was saying earlier, you can't count out Giovanni Vinci at all. He gets back into the ring here. This is a guy who's extremely talented, and in my opinion, probably the most underrated member of Imperium. Orton clubs the back.
But of course, instincts kicking in. Vinci, getting out, and Matt Riddle staying out of his way. Of course, Matt Riddle has had beef with Imperium in the past in an alternate universe. But I think Riddle also just not wanting his best bro Randy to possibly get DQ'd because of him. And that's what's also smart is the fact that if he messes with Vinci, more than likely, Gunther and Kaiser are going to come after him on the outside, and that's a numbers game that I don't think anybody wants to have to stare down.
No, absolutely not. Especially with Gunther's being as devastated as they are.
And what a maneuver by Vinci, and it looks like he's going to go back. Yes, working over Orton's neck. Now, of course, Orton, he's had some injury problems in the past. I'm not sure about his neck, but of course, a back injury keeping him out in the alternate universe. And Vinci, he picks up Orton and a Death Valley driver or something of the sort, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care, but he's going for the top rope. Vinci looking for the upset, and Orton gets up, but it's no use. What a DDT! Here's the cover, Vinci. Oh, and Orton kicks out again.
And I definitely think that's his veteran presence on Randy's part because he looked to be absolutely out of it. I think we were.
It looked like Orton might have gotten busted open from that. And just, God, what a move by Vinci. He's showing the world what he can do. And
that delayed vertical spike down, counted.
And Orton with a chop block.
Oh, I thought Orton was going to go for the low blow there, but it's chop block.
Maybe this is the new Randy Orton. Was that the best club ever? No, not even close. That was just a mid-club as Vinci kicking out at 1. And Orton now.
Orton.
Let's see. Oh, my God. Fall away slam. Orton getting in the corner now.
Oh, no. Is he?
Oh, he hit the punt kick.
No.
He hit the punt kick. Orton. But Vinci's in the ropes. Vinci was in the ropes, but Orton hit the punt kick. And he's going for another apron DDT. We haven't seen the punt kick from Orton in ages. And he hits the DDT.
Giovanni Vinci's got to be completely out of it. I'm concerned for his health.
And
obviously Gunther is too.
the referee, I don't think he knows where he's at. He's just walking to place. And a second punt kick, but he's in the ropes again. And referee.exe, I think, has stopped working. He keeps going into the ropes as Orton hits the elbow. And I think Orton trying to get the referee out of his funk, but the referee continuing to walk in place, taken away from just how amazing this match has been. But Vinci is still fighting, and now he can buy himself some time, but he doesn't want to buy time. He wants to make mincemeat of Orton. Now Orton back in the ring. Is Vinci going to go for something? Maybe thinking sunset flip.
Oh, no. Vinci taking too long here.
But a counter and on the ropes, and referee.exe has resumed operation. Irish whip, and oh my God! World's greatest scoop slam! Wait, no, maybe not, maybe not. No, it was! It was! Giving Moose a run for his money! The world's second greatest scoop slam puts away Vinci.
The fact Vinci was able to get up after not 1 but 2 punt kicks is a testament to his character itself. But I definitely think he was on board after that.
And RK Bro, the tag champion, is going to have momentum going into next week's tag title match. But you're absolutely right. Giovanni Vinci, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of there. What a match by both men. And 4 stars by Diesel Dave. Would have been 5 in the Tokyo Dome. But 4 stars to start out the night here on Pride. And but Vinci, though, you know, even though he got up from those punt kicks, that's still 2 kicks to the head. He's gonna have a week to recover. However, if he doesn't clear our concussion protocol, we might have to put that match on hold, because we are not going to just take away the opportunity from Imperium unless it's a super serious injury. Hoping Vinci's all right. But what a fast, furious opening match to Pride. Whew, I'm overwhelmed. I'm honestly overwhelmed by everything we just saw right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Giovanni Vinci, I hope he's okay. But I definitely think that's going to impact next week's tag team title match, regardless of if he clears concussion protocol or not.
In the Freebird rule, not able to be in effect, at least not as of right now, since Gunther currently holds the singles gold. Maybe exceptions could be made, but I feel like Imperium is gonna bank on Vinci being okay first and foremost. You know, we'll check up on him. We'll make sure he's good to go. If he ain't good to go next week, we can always put the match on hold. Because again, we don't want to rob Imperium, who rightfully earned the opportunity. We don't want to rob them of a chance for competing. Speaking of competing, this next match, we have 2 women who are making their Pride debut, and they are competing to make it to OCW's first ever 3-way dance and an opportunity to clinch a spot against Bayley for the Prideful Women's Championship. And this is a very interesting matchup we got here, as the powerhouse Raquel Rodriguez will go up against Zelina Vega. Now Raquel was an absolute beast during her days in NXT under Raquel Gonzalez, and she's still a powerhouse on the main roster of the alternate universe, but she's had trouble coming in contact with that singles gold. Now, she's been accomplished as a tag team wrestler, but I feel like both women, but Raquel especially, with how powerful she is and how dominant she's been in the past, I think she's looking to make an absolute statement here tonight.
Absolutely. No, Raquel is, former tag partner of one Rhea Ripley. And we saw what happened last time Zelina Vega took on Rhea Ripley. So I hope, for Zelina Vega's sake, that match doesn't follow suit. Raquel is just as strong as Ripley, if not more so. Tejana Mama over here, Tejana Bomb, is used to finishing people off pretty quickly.
Now Zelina, she's had plenty of great matches in her career. She was a very formidable opponent in her match against Rhea Ripley at this year's Backlash. And of course, here in OCW, she's bringing back the Queen Zelina gimmick. I think that she wants to show that, that she's more than just some babyface, comeback kid. I think she really wants to assert her dominance, but she does have quite an obstacle in her way in Raquel Rodriguez. I think the Queen is going to put up a fight. I think she's going to be in this match from bell to bell. But I'm really thinking it's Raquel's night right here. But of course, I could be wrong. I could be wrong before. The only people who are never wrong are God and my mother. And the referee's simping for Zelina, but I mean, honestly, who could blame him? And Zelina giving a little bow to the home crowd. Of course, the OCW universe loves it. I love both these women, but they definitely love Zelina. Of course, Zelina, had to work hard, got released a time or two, but always battled her way back. She earned her right to be called queen, but can she earn the right to go dancing with Serena Deeb and whoever else will qualify in our main event? But right now, our second match of the night is underway, and it looked like looks like Raquel was gonna try to plant Zelina on her face, but Zelina, trying to get up to a hot start, and now, Raquel right to the back of the head. That has to hurt. And Raquel absolutely wasting no time, showing off her physicality. Oh my God, pretty much ragdolling Zelina, and oh my God, an elbow drop, and she hits it on Zelina's back. And this could be an early night for Zelina, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, and I definitely thought it was going to be a rough one. Raquel just ragdolling Zelina Vega. It's not the first time we've seen him. Probably won't be the last.
And Zelina Vega wearing her gear that, to me, looks to be inspired by, of course, the popular anime and manga Naruto. But is the Way of the Ninja gonna help her here? For her sake, I hope so.
Yeah, I don't know if Zelina is gonna be able to really make enough difference here. Raquel goes for the cover.
Here's the cover, and Zelina kicks out, and Raquel's actually kind of mad. I think she thought it was over after that. But, Zelina now able to get back up, but oh no. Oh my goodness, what a power slam. And more
reminiscent of her boyfriend, the monster among men, Braun Strowman.
Wait, what? That's an actual thing?
That's an actual thing.
Oh my God. But as we're saying that, Zelina looks like she's got that comeback in her, and she'll have to be a comeback kid at this point if she wants to win this match. What a DDT. Raquel on her knees.
The only female member of the LWO, showing that she has the potential.
And Zelina gaining some of that momentum back. Oh, but Raquel's back up on her feet. That's the last place that she wanted to be. Another slam.
That looked like that hurt.
I mean, that absolutely hurt me watching. Zelina's already back up, though. And Zelina just trying to do anything she can.
Way into Zelina with that kick to the stomach.
And going out the ring. No, not quite. And now she goes fly right on her back.
The size difference between these two women. She throws her tail back into the ring, looking for a
And
springboard here.
Zelina, oh, a springboard crossbody. What a hit. And this could be the momentum gainer that she needs. And an Irish whip, because she makes something of it. Oh, she's trying to chop her down. She's trying to chop her down. Now trying to throw her out of the ring. Zelina returning the favor. Bouncing Raquel off the ropes. And what's Clean Zelina thinking now? And she's just gonna take a breather.
It's not to be trying to celebrate.
Nah, she was just trying to take a breather. I don't blame her. She's been through so much in a running bulldog.
Running bulldog.
And she's gonna go for the cover.
Cover.
One. Two. 2.1, but a 2 count nonetheless on Zelina's first attempt. And momentum could be shifting to Zelina's side, but as I said that, this could be it. Oh my God! Flipped her upside down. Here's the cover, but she kicks out. The heart of the warrior. Does Queen Zelina possess? And wait a minute, does it again, another code breaker. This could be her opportunity. Oh, Raquel wisely rolling out the ring. Zelina not gonna make her, I don't know. I feel bad for Zelina on that one.
I think she was just too excited and trying to put some offense in, and she paid for it.
She had the right idea, just didn't have the accuracy. But even then, she's still chopping her down. Sweeps the leg, DDT. And Raquel's down.
Raquel's definitely going to feel that one tomorrow.
And Zelina maybe, oh no, throws her back in the ring. I thought she would be trying to go for a count-out victory. Because that might honestly be her best bet. But no, she gets hit by a big boot. She got too big for her britches there. And taking punches to the face.
Raining down punches.
Jesus, it absolutely hurts to watch this. And Raquel, oh no, this could be the end of days. This could absolutely be the end of the world as Zelina knows it. Broom handle, broken broomstick. She hits it. And now an elbow.
And then an elbow drop.
And Raquel not going for cover, going for another elbow. And now sizing her up.
Will we see the Tejana bomb here?
This could be it.
According to Zelina, this is the most painful move to take.
And she takes it. Here's the cover. Does she have instincts in her? No. Raquel will win this one handily. And she will face against Serena Deeb and the winner of Mickie James and Hikaru Shida. I feel bad for Zelina, honestly. Like,
Zelina put up more of a fight than I thought she had in the But honestly, the side difference, again, comparing it to Rhea Ripley, regardless of the offense she put in, there's just something is too much advantage, and this is not the David and Goliath story of her partner and friend mentor in the LWO. Zelina Vega has not reached that level yet in her career, and as we just saw, I think she still has a bit to go.
And the medical team is coming out ringside to check on Zelina right now. Hopefully she's not injured, or if she is, hopefully it's not too terribly serious. Honestly, for me, the turning point in that match came when they both got back in the ring, and Zelina foolishly took a little bit of time to gloat. Of course, at that point, momentum was going back to her side, but she ate a big boot, and that spelled the beginning of the end for her. And as you said, she's still young, has a long way to go, and that was just a classic case of a rookie mistake, and that might have cost Zelina big time here.
Yeah. Hopefully Zelina will be able to climb back up in the rankings, but I definitely think that Raquel is looking very, very popular for the favorite to be the number one contender, and if not, the new Pineapple Women's Champion.
And of course, we'll see who the final member of that three-way Dance Number Contenders match will be. But ladies and gentlemen, the fans here are giving a standing ovation for Zelina. She is up under her own power, and she is walking to the back now as we speak. We will still get her checked out just to be sure. But it looks like for right now, Zelina is okay. I don't know how anybody could get up after something like that, but props to her. Even in defeat, still showing that grit and tenacity. And as we've said, hopefully the future is bright for Zelina Vega.
Absolutely.
But in the
But this, that's right. That you're about to introduce, which is very, very forward to two guys who are the definition of psycho.
They're just both psychos in different ways. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Moxley won his inaugural defense of the Internet Championship last week against Matt Hardy version 1. Of course, puts him up to 1-0. You need 10 straight defenses to qualify for a mid-card title shot, but you need that magical number 15 if you want to cash in the Internet Championship for the World Championship. Can Moxley... Moxley is going to have to fight a war just to get to number 2 as we take you. And of course, there's our good boy, Ryan, doing the introductions for this match. Hello, Ryan. When you go home, tell your mother I said hi. And of course, you don't see our announce desk by the, anywhere, but don't worry, it's there. We're right by the stage. The light's just not on us. We see everything. We see this fat, smelly guy right here, who I think farted because I can smell him from here. And hopefully Karrion Kross, won't pass out from the absolute ass gas that has been unleashed. And of course, we had to pay a pretty penny for it, pretty much all of our budget. But Karrion Kross said he was not going to sign with us unless we got him the entrance. But we could not get him the Scarlet, at least not yet. But the Scarlet is coming.
I am not a very big fan of this entrance. My boy Adam Cole won't get personally with me. Over there, I need the lights, and the music, and the smoke, and eventually the Scarlet. But over here, the Glory, the only thing we need to make our guys feel special is ringing the freaking bell.
And those were very heartfelt words by Adam Cole. Of course, at the time, Karrion Kross was seemingly an unstoppable monster as NXT champion, and of course, he had 2 reigns with the belt. Having to give it up at one point due to injury. And quite honestly, that was such a wild time in Black and Gold because that 2.0 rebrand came out of nowhere. Samoa Joe came back, he won the title, but then got injured, had to give it up, and then everything got turned upside down after that. Such a strange time, but Karrion Kross, really when you think about it, despite how short of a time he was in there, he's kind of the last of the Black and Gold era when you really look at it. Though,
yeah, obviously that title changed hands from Adam Cole to Johnny Gargano to him to Tomasso again, and then Tomasso was like that last real torchbearer before Braun Breaker became NXT champion. And we all know how that was. It was really weird to see Black and Gold end the way it did, especially seeing as guys like Jon Moxley and Karrion Kross kind of help build that up from the bottom, with FCW being a thing originally, like for John, and early in NXT when he and Seth and Roman kind of just making their way to the main roster and then making appearances sporadically to take on guys like Neville. And Karrion Kross, obviously his reign of terror with the title.
And that was something I wanted to bring up because Mox really was a huge part of that NXT foundation, as you mentioned with FCW. So the question is, who wins tonight? Is it the guy who built the foundation, or is it the new hotness who capitalized on the foundation that was built? Honestly, I'm going to give the advantage to our Internet champion once again. I think that even though Karrion Kross is a very physical, hard-hitting guy, nobody hits quite like Jon Moxley does. And when Jon Moxley has a championship, well, good fucking luck trying to get that shit off of him in a singles match.
No, I agree. John Moxley has done especially in the last 2 or 3 years, a very hard man to beat without shenanigans involved. Uh, I think John Moxley wants to be Galactic Champion. Will he meet 15 defenses? I have no idea, but I definitely don't see him hitting less than 7.
And I just want to let everybody know that no vacation is safe when it comes to John Moxley. He's of course had to take what was supposed to be time off and literally carry a company on his back due to world champions getting injured. But that should just be in a testament to just how much of a workhorse John Moxley is, and that's why he was one of the high-profile signings for Overdrive Pride. And tonight, he has a chance to move one step closer to that, new title opportunity. But who knows? He might get to 15 and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm holding it to the end. Of course, absolutely his choice. And oh my God, referee making this match his choice almost got in the way of that. But we are underway here in the third match of the night, and Moxley absolutely bringing it to the cold-blooded killer Karrion Kross.
Making extreme work out of Karrion Kross here. Excuse me. Working the leg. John Moxley's not known for submission, so maybe he's just trying to eliminate the power game of Karrion Kross, known for that Doomsday Sato finisher.
But the thing is that he might not be a submissions guy, but to me, Moxley is somebody who can really win with just about any submission as long as he wears that part of the body down enough. Because with how physical of a man Moxley is, he goes for the cover, and it was not going to be an early night for Moxley. I'm sure he'd love to, go to the back and, well, I would say drink Jim Beam, but he doesn't drink anymore, at least not as much, which good for him. Good for him for kicking that addiction, a redemption story if I've ever seen one. And Moxley just trying to bring it to, I guess we could call him the golden boy of the of the dying days of Black and Gold.
Obviously, he uses that bulldog choke a lot, so we might see that tonight here. But Karrion Kross being like one of the dying embers of Black and Gold, and being one of the bricks of the foundation that was the NXT. This is honestly a clash of not only styles but generations. Both of these guys are very hard hitters, but obviously John Moxley has. What a maneuver by Karrion, man! But again, John Moxley has kind of attributed and adapted the deathmatch style once again this late in his career. Well, Karrion Kross is the guy who kind of just likes to beat people up. Oh
my God! I didn't want to interrupt you, but I am absolutely physically wincing at some of these shots, and Moxley probably hit his back and head on that barricade, and again, that's one of the strongest barricades in professional wrestling. Moxley, though, and it's a pile driver, and Moxley immediately regaining momentum, and he showed off, and he's paying the price. Moxley bouncing off the ropes. But yeah, I mean, you say the Dying Embers versus the brick that built NXT. This is literally a fire versus... Well, I can't say brimstone. I don't think that's their... fire versus brick house is what this is.
I know what you meant. That's funny. Yeah, now, Moxley basement dropkick here.
And Mox,
I don't know what to expect from this match. Obviously, Moxley on the second rope here. You're looking for that elbow.
Looking for an elbow. For whatever reason, I thought he was gonna go for a sunset flip, which, had he pulled that off, I would have gotten up. I would have taken down this device behind me, we'll call it, and I would have thrown my chair if Moxley hits a sunset.
That or a Panama Sunrise.
Or that.
Adam. Yeah. I've definitely been surprised by him.
Now Moxley, if the champion ends up getting counted out, the title does not change hands, but it does not count as a win. And I think Moxley getting a 2 count here. Champion can win by pinfall or submission, or if they get their opponent counted out, we count that as a win. Wins by disqualification do not count either. And Moxley.
Yeah, because definitely.
And Moxley
with the rear naked choke.
And could he make him tap? Karrion Kross been taking a lot of punishment. Moxley's been taking over this match for a while, but oh my god, that physicality of Kross breaking it up and delivering elbows to the face of Mox.
Yeah. I think it's good of you to say that wins by the DQ don't count. Because honestly, if I was a wrestler on the brand, I would just challenge all my friends, rack up some DQ wins, and then challenge the world champion. And then give said friends title shots. So I can completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, we don't do that shit.
Making sure.
See, we're professionals, and professionals have standards.
World title.
Professionals have standards. And Kross going for the cover here, and Moxley kicking out.
Didn't you literally draft the Architect first overall?
Yes.
The guy who stabbed his best friend in the back to become world champion after he was handed a briefcase?
Well, that was when he was younger and less professional. Now he's older and more professional, and professionals have standards.
The same guy who tweeted at Will Ospreay, "Brad, you shouldn't talk because my bank account is bigger than yours," like 2 years ago.
Again, that was when he was younger, and he's more professional now, and professionals have standards.
Okay.
And if you bring up eye for an eye, I'm going to kick your ass.
It's the same guy.
That was a stupid fucking match, by the way. That was a stupid match. It's Kross throw Moxley. We're getting off topic of this match, thinking about stupid shit the WWE's done. And that.
Right, Elvin, the guy who's literally trying to blind Buddy Murphy, just now Buddy Matthews, and the legendary Rey Mysterio. Wow.
Look, it was a pandemic. There were no fans. Everyone was losing their goddamn mind. But he's regained his mind, and now he's more professional. And professionals have standards. Anyways, let's go back to the match. We'll have the professional conversation later. Kross has managed to take momentum back. Oh, but Moxley spinning his way back up, and a counter as soon as we say that. Reverse DDT on the apron. And Moxley feeling himself.
Yeah, Moxley definitely up.
And now
dropping and then immediately punching Karrion Kross in the face.
A takedown, and we haven't really commented on it, but this match is everything we thought it would be. This is just a absolute physical war. We're seeing shoot punches, like we're seeing shoot everything pretty much. These guys are like actually fighting for real. And I don't know what Mox was thinking, but it probably wasn't good. But a chop block by Kross, and Mox trying to roll back towards the ring, and he catches Kross sleeping, of course, going to sleep. That's kind of part of Kross's deal in a sense. And Kross hasn't been put to sleep by many men, except for maybe Samoa Joe. And Mox now, into the hardest barricade in wrestling. Referee to count of 5.
Karrion Kross there, that can't feel good.
Nah, what part of any of this match feels good when you really think about it? And Moxley measuring up, looking for the paradigm shift. Got it locked in, and he hits it. Middle of the ring. The cover on Kross. 1, 2. Oh, my God.
One's not enough. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Definitely thought that was the end of the match. Moxley looking for a second one, maybe?
Possibly.
No.
Actually, no. What a chop. I could hear that from here. And now working over the arm and the ropes a little bit. He has the count of 5 and only goes to about the count of 2. The Kross, though, trying to snake his way back in. And oh my God, what a suplex into the corner. And ooh, this could be bad for Moxley. Kross now measuring him up.
Maybe looking for a Doomsday Saito.
Or maybe looking for a cross jacket. And that's what he's got locked in.
Yeah.
Cross jacket, but a rope breaks will save Moxley's ass.
Moxley's veteran presence there.
And these two men, the audience chanting both these guys, these men just going at it. This means everything to them. It's more than just a belt. It's the Internet Championship and another rope break. And Kross, not having the best awareness right there, but he's still looking in a lot better shape than Moxley. What's he thinking? Looks like he's cranking up the hog, and oh my God, that hog probably did not feel good. Going into the chest and neck of Moxley, and What's he thinking? Oh my God, just absolutely throws him. That's a big man he just threw. Oh, but a kick to the face. Moxley's back up. What's Moxley thinking? I thought maybe he'd go for a little ooh-ah. Running Bulldog.
Nope. Running Bulldog.
Planted right on the C in OCW. And as you can see, these two men absolutely going to war.
Oh, right.
And looking for possibly another pile driver. And he hits it.
Oh.
But he's too close to the rope. And Moxley having
smart. Tagging him to the middle of the ring.
But is that going to cost him? Here's the cover. 1, 2. That will not cost him. Moxley retains.
And Moxley moves to 2-0 when it comes to being Internet Champion. 8 more wins, and he can cash that in for the United States Championship. How do you feel about this, Stanley?
I mean, those two men just absolutely went at it, body for body, blow for blow. But Moxley, you know, just I'm losing my words. But Moxley just, you know, he won the war. He won the war. It was a war of attrition. Both men just moves back and forth, punches, kicks. A lot of those were shoot punches and shoot kicks. But Moxley ended up being just a smidge tougher, carving out an excellent victory for himself and another successful defense of the Internet Championship. And I am out of breath after calling that match. I need to take a breath, and I don't have any more water. Or do I? I do. Okay. I will take a sip of water. You, I don't know. Fill time.
As I fill time, you know, we still got a great card before us. Again, John Moxley with another insane defense of the Internet Championship, knocking off Matt Hardy last week, carrying Price this week. Who's the next man to step up? It could be anybody. It could be, you know, it could be Stanley himself. Or me.
I am, look, I'm bad shit. You might be bad shit crazy enough. I'm bad shit crazy, but I ain't that bad shit crazy. You know, maybe if Hornswoggle comes
step away from the commentary booth, and I steal the Internet Championship and I bring it to glory.
I mean, maybe if Hornswoggle like suddenly came out, got a upset victory with the smallest package and had the belt, maybe I would challenge for the belt, because then I could just punt kick that little dude. Maybe then, but Hornswoggle ain't here. There ain't no tadpole splash. There ain't no smallest package. But what we do have coming up is a very, very big packages. 2 ginormous packages as Tomasso Ciampa has returned to action. But momentum favors the side of Moose, I think, in this match. Moose is red hot. He did lose the United States Championship ladder match, but made mincemeat of Hangman Page and won the Triple Threat Showcase match last week against Wes Lee and Star Air Guitar and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think Ciampa's got his work cut out for him, but I think that despite that, I think this is still very evenly matched because Ciampa took a lot of punishment in that last man standing match. But he got up so many times, even after chair shots, after chops. It was just one chair shot to the head, or not chair, I'm sorry, stair shot, even more brutal. It was one stair shot too many that ultimately spelt the end for Ciampa. He's looking for redemption this week, and honestly, I can't pick a favorite in this match. I just can't. But you probably can, Elias. Who do you got in this match?
Tomasso Ciampa.
Tomato Champ, okay, of course, sticking with a guy who you have a lot of history with, a guy who, I pretty much stole from you. I'm still very proud of that. But here comes Moose, owner and operator of the world's greatest scoop slam, of course, using that to win his match last week. So now Moose, multiple finishers to his name. He has a deadly spear, and he has the world's greatest scoop slam. And, who knows? Those might be all he needs to win this match, but I highly doubt that because Tomasso Ciampa is a goddamn madman who will take bumps on his neck even though his neck is already severely hurting. Seriously, the amount of fucking, bumps I've seen this guy take where he's, ripping his neck afterwards is insane. Not to mention because he's bald, he's got like the vein that's always popping out. Like, this guy fucking sells shit. And that's what I love about Ciampa.
Phenomenal work. But Moose is no soft either. Former American football player. And you gotta be a tough SOB to do that.
And as we mentioned, the man who Moose beat to become Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander, an absolute slobber knocker of a match earlier tonight. But can Moose do what he did, so many moons ago and be victorious against a formidable opponent? We will see as the opening bell is rung, and Ciampa not shying away from the red-hot big man. And Ciampa already telling Moose he wants to give him more, and dodging a ferocious punch by Moose, and a counter to DDT, and Tomasso Ciampa off to an amazing start. And now Tomato Man trying to throw Moose to the outside, and what's he thinking? Oh, what is he thinking? Yep. Oh my God! That was a brutal DDT onto the ropes, and Ciampa just, oh my God. Ciampa's trying to make a statement here. I think he's trying to say that Moose couldn't even lace up his boots on a good day, and Moose getting mad. The referee trying to hold him back, and that might actually have been more favorable for Ciampa, because Ciampa able to go right back to what he was doing. And wait a minute, looking for, a slingshot in the bottom rope. And the big man, Moose, looking like the smaller man, as Tomasso Ciampa has taken no punishment in this match so far. Oh, wait a minute, he just took his first little bit of it. And these two now locking up.
Watching Moose very closely here. I like me running into the corner as he stomps him.
And Moose.
Tomasso Ciampa clearly has the advantage so far, but I don't think we just want to lose again. Very tough individual.
Yeah, as we
kind of has to weather the storm.
Oh my God! And Ciampa came into this match absolutely pissed off. He's already busted Moose open, and now he's going off the top rope and hits the knee to a face. Is he about to squash the Red Hot Star? Oh, and Moose kicks out. But Ciampa looking like the dominant man, and okay, going for the neck breaker of sorts. I thought he was trying to get Moose up for a fairy tale ending. Moose might be too big for that. Oh, but Moose finally getting some offense with the clothesline, and dunking Ciampa's in the backdrop, and Moose
working on that comeback.
A spine buster, and going for the cover now. 1, 2. Oh, I thought we had world's greatest spine buster added to his arsenal too, but Ciampa, of course.
Ciampa. Yeah, Moose.
And Moose now delivering a forearm. Ciampa, not sure what he was thinking, but Moose, and now these two trading
maybe
blows.
Looking for Widow's Bell there.
And trading blows back and forth. Ciampa back up despite taking a hit to the head. Moose now, oh my God, what a chop. Ciampa's down, and Moose with a splash.
Moose with the splash. Moose just early on.
The Musso splash. Oh, and wait, taking a page out of Okada's book with a Rainmaker. Calling up to the Overdrive champion. The cover. Ciampa kicks out.
Clearly, Moose is the fan of the Overdrive World Champion.
But Moose has hit that multiple times. He hasn't gotten a pinfall victory with it yet, but I'm surprised to see Moose take that. I'm surprised to see Moose taking that out of Okada's playbook, but of course with Okada, being champion in that performance he had earlier tonight, I'm not surprised. Ciampa wiping his feet, but Moose back up, and I don't think he appreciated that very much at all. Oh, what's Moose thinking? Oh my God. Picks him up, plants him.
What a choke point.
A sit-out choke slam, Falcon Arrow, something or other, Thunder Bomb. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Moose with the something or other wins.
Moose with the avalanche sit-out choke slam there. I am dumbfounded. All
And
right. Well, yeah, Moose just beats Tomasso Ciampa in a, honestly, reverse sweep of a match.
And you're right about that. It looked like Ciampa just absolutely had Moose's number early on, but Moose remains red hot, and I think there's a world title opportunity in this guy's future. I really do. I mean, he's dominated. Let's think about this, right? Okay. All right, his first match ever against Hangman Page, a former world heavyweight champion, practically squashes the man. Now, the one match he did lose was to Malachi Black, but that was a ladder match. There were a lot of men in that match, and that match did not go the way anybody expected. So, okay, that's a little dent. Okay, little hiccup. But then last week, the Triple Threat defeated the longest reigning North American champion in Wes Lee and one of the most decorated athletes in the sport of professional wrestling in Star Air Guitar Hiroshi Tanahashi, and now defeating one of the greatest NXT competitors and champions of all time in Tomasso Ciampa. And just as GM, as someone who books this shit, I'm really thinking that opportunity is in Moose's future. I really do. I have liked everything I've seen from this guy outside that Mayhem match. But again, that match did not go the way anybody expected. Malachi Black, of course, stealing the show and the victory in that. But good Lord, Moose is just hotter than anything. He's added 2 new finishers to his moveset. The world's greatest scoop slam, and now the something or other avalanche choke slam, whatever in God's name it was. Oh my God!
The avalanche choke slam, phenomenal maneuver, picking up Moose's third win in a row after coming out of the Mayhem moment.
Well, so
I have to say
that's his second win in a row, but even still,
right? I have to say, and what a phenomenal turnaround for Moose after failing to capture the United States Championship.
And so Moose, while he failed to get the U.S. title, apparently from what I'm being told, Malachi Black offered him an opportunity to compete in the House Open. Of course, some competitors handpicked by Malachi, some handpicked by me. I tried to convince Moose that, hey, this could be a great opportunity, another chance at the U.S. title. But he looked me in the eyes, and you know what he said to me? He said, "Fuck that shit. I want the big gold." And big gold's what he's going for, and tonight he's proven to me that he might just be ready for that big gold. Of course, we will have to see in the coming weeks. But that wasn't even our semi-main event. Our semi-main event is the first match in that house open. I hate that Moose kind of said those words because we don't want to take away from the prestige of such a tournament. And I'm getting word from the guys in the back that the house has chosen the stipulation for this match. Of course, both competitors are probably about to be told right before they walked out, but the house has decided that for the first match in the House Open, it will be a tables match. This will be our first traditional tables match that we've seen on Overdrive.
Very interesting, for sure. Seeing it.
And as
these guys are former tag team partners, tag team champions at that.
Yep. The Dirty Dogs.
Hey, I don't know who having this match.
I mean, quite honestly, it's hard to say because these two men, I feel they came together, to form the Dirty Dogs because they felt they had been slighted. Of course, Dolph, he is a former world heavyweight champion and has some of the greatest moments in not just WWE history, but in wrestling history. But in recent years, hasn't been treated as the big deal that everyone, including especially himself, feels that he is. But on the other hand, you have Robert Roode, somebody who had all the momentum in the world coming out of NXT, but really has only been able to make things work in the tag division. Of course, he was tag team partners with Chad Gable at one point and were tag team champions then. And then, of course, became tag team champions with Dolph Ziggler. He still has the theme. He still has the entrance. He is still glorious. But both these men trying to break out, trying to break out of the Dirty Dogs, trying to break out of that tag team role. But as we see, Robert Roode still showing love for his teammate, wearing a Dirty Dogs jacket. And even though the Dirty Dogs might be imploding here, an absolute show of respect from the glorious one, Robert Roode.
Again, a lot of things. A song that the former members of the Cruiserweight Classic thought that they deserved. But yeah, I am a fan of Bobby Roode. I have been for a very long time. And I don't know what to expect from him in this match. Clearly, he still has a lot of love for Toxic and the Dirty Dogs tag team being two-time tag team. I don't know if that's going to cause either of them to hold back or not, but this is a very interesting match for a lot of reasons. Tables though, the two former tag team partners, two former / current tag team partners. And obviously, this is the first match in the House Open. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And also, I just want to state that I will only use the G word in the context of Robert Roode. I just want to get that out there.
Glory.
Yes, the G word. Well, one of the tenses of the G word, I should
say. Correct.
Well, so here we go. Speaking of the G word, these two about to get going, and Ziggler just staring Roode down, and now they're gonna get into it, and looks like Roode trying to get off to a fast start. And oh my goodness, a natural selection-esque looking move, and we are underway. Of course, as I said, the first match in the House Open. As I said, double elimination tournament. So while a loss tonight would not be the end of the world, would not spell the end of the world for either of these competitors, it does put the loser in a very, very perilous situation in the coming weeks.
No, sure. Nobody wants to be the first guy to lose in a double elimination tournament, let alone to a guy who you travel the road with, who you compete with and against, trying to better yourself.
Right against the barricade.
Right. Dolph Ziggler working over Roode here. I don't think any guy wants to lose this match, but I mean, at the end of the day, I also don't think they want to see their former partner just be thrown to the wayside. OCW is all about results, and we can see so far that winning definitely has its advantage.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I mean, as I've said, the whole thing with Pride is that in Pride you have to earn your keep. You have to earn your opportunities. Now, I'm not saying that the G brand doesn't do that. They just don't do that. But the orange brand, it's all about earning the opportunity. And as much as these two probably wish that they could just go have a beer and wait a minute, Roode. Oh, Roode almost had one right there. As much as these two,
I'm sorry.
As much as these two wish.
Who's having a blind eliminated tournament for a brand new tag team championship?
Well,
who is consistently having star matches for the mid-card championship, and which the true workhorse of the entire company has shown time and time again that he wants and deserves to be in.
I mean, you say that like the true workhorse champion Jon Moxley didn't just go up 2-0 after a physical brawl.
I'm sorry, but is he winning matches 2-0 and 2 empty falls?
No, he doesn't have to. He beats the fuck out of people.
Who's world champion who has actually competed since winning said world title and won the match at the
Listen, I still think the booking of that match was questionable, because either way, you're making one of your champions look kind of weak. But all that aside, both these men have brought tables into the ring.
I think I was ready to show that he could contend with our world champion and our world champion team. And he deserves to be a champion not only of both, but of OCW.
Yeah, but your world champion is someone who won because some dumbass blonde wasn't paying attention. And meanwhile, Rude, what a suplex onto the side of the table. But as I was saying, these two men probably want more than anything else to just, be able to hang up the boots for the night and go grab a beer. But that's not a possibility because both these men, I feel they're fighting for relevancy. Let's be honest, because with the Dirty Dogs not being brought on as a tag team attraction, and them not being registered as an official tag team for them, this might be their last chance at some kind of singles relevance. Of course, as we've said, Ziggler, former two-time champion, but hasn't held that world championship gold since getting injured during one of those runs. And Rude, what's he looking for? Oh my goodness! Absolutely playing Ziggler.
He earned recently a former NXT world champion.
Okay. I did forget about that. That's my bad. But even then, since then, no real major opportunities have come Ziggler's way, and they haven't really come Rude's way either. Of course, Rude's had to deal with injuries, and on top of that, just competing with Dirty Dogs. But, as much as these two guys have respect for each other, I think both of them had the same idea. This is do or die. Like, this is the fight to stay relevant.
And, I agree.
Meanwhile, what a
drop Rude.
And Rude now, and I don't know why he's going for a submission, but he's looking dead at that table. And Rude,
realistically speaking, a guy who's unconscious is a lot easier to put through a table than a guy who's not.
That is very true, but maybe some hesitancy by Rude to put his former friend to the table. But Ziggler, here's his opportunity. But Rude battles out. We have a table in the middle of the ring. We have table on either side of the ring. And Ziggler bounces against it. This could be it. Wait a minute. So many chances right there for both men. With a pair of counters, and Rude bent back into the table. Ziggler goes. What's Rude thinking here? Looking for a possible power slam, and he darts Ziggler into the table. And Robert Roode, and Ziggler might be out cold. He was not moving. A quick match, but Robert Roode having to do the dirty deed. Taking some time to celebrate, and looks like Ziggler's rolled out the ring. At the very least, he's conscious. That cannot feel good for Ziggler or even Roode. Neither of those two men, really going for too long. But Roode coming out the victor, and he will improve to 1-0 in this tournament. And Dolph Ziggler faces elimination in this next match.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dolph, somebody had to lose that first match. I don't think this is the end of Dolph Ziggler in the House Open United States tournament. I could definitely see Dolph, pulling off an amazing comeback, not only winning out, but maybe even winning the United States Championship in the near future. I definitely believe Dolph Ziggler has the potential to do so.
Exactly. Ziggler is down. He is not out, but he will be sitting for a while as we go through the rest of the inaugural matches in the House Open. And of course, you'll be seeing a lot more of the House Open next week. But Robert Roode making a statement, sending a message to his former tag team partner, saying, "I'm in this. I'm going for the gold. Can you keep up with me?" And that is yet to be seen. But now we move on to our historic main event as Hardcore Country, over 10 championships, world championships won in her career. Mickie James is facing the longest reigning champion in AEW history, a phenomenal wrestler in her own right, who's been all over Japan, been to places like Oz, been at Ice Ribbon Wrestling, and is even also a successful actress outside of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, in our historic main event, Mickie James, Hikaru Shida, who will clinch that final spot in the number one contenders three-way dance, and we are going to find that out right now. And just there's so much history, not just not just the fact that this is the first women's main event, but just there's so much history, not necessarily between these two women. These two women in general have been history makers in their own right, but Mickie James definitely has a smidge of a longer resume than Shida. She's a 5-time WWE champion, a 5-time Knockouts champion, and while she was the Knockouts champion, entered the Royal Rumble. She's also a 2-time Pro Wrestling Illustrated, female wrestler of the year. Now, will her experience, will that put her over the edge, or is Shida going to bring the fight? We shall see, obviously, from bell to bell. And I'm so excited this match that I can't speak.
Yeah, no, words are hard things. Mickie James is credit to women's wrestling, past, present, and future, the world. Obviously, Hall of Famer in both companies. She spent major time in working for the National Wrestling. Her opponent, Kushida, again, stalwart champion, as you think, for sure. Many accolades. And the longest reigning AEW Women's Champion of all time. She actually had an AEW Women's Championship match tonight on the 200th episode of Dynamite. I wish her the best of luck in that. This is a woman who definitely has the potential to outshine every single woman on your roster.
And of course,
whether she does that or not is the question.
And of course, she, alongside Mickie James, making their OCW debuts, and Shida bowing to the crowd, also putting down her kendo stick before getting in the ring, because of course she knows, this the singles match, disqualifications, are a thing. So Shida trying to go it on her own against the legendary Mickie James, and this historic main event is underway, and both of them missing the start, but then Shida getting right back into it. But now Mickie immediately countering, and what's she thinking? Oh my god, that almost looked like an exploder of sorts. And we are underway. Hardcore Country versus, I don't know if Shida has any nicknames, so we'll just call her, I don't know, we'll call her High Flying Awesomeness. Hardcore Country versus High Flying Awesomeness. That works. It's a good tagline. And oh my god, off the ropes, a springboard drop kick, and Shida bringing that unique offense into the fold. Drop down, and leapfrog, and what a spinning kick! Mickie James, she's taken stuff like that before. She is one tough woman, immediately back up, but Shida not letting her stay up for long. And I don't know if we did. We talked about who we got in this match. I'm not picking a favorite. If I picked one earlier, I recant that. I'm not picking a favorite here, because both these women, phenomenal athletes, phenomenal wrestlers, phenomenal women in their own right. And Mickie, with the takedown. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the current pro wrestling wave of women's champion, Hikaru Shida, no joke, magical girl of AEW. Even though I feel like Sakazaki has that title a little bit better. Shida is probably the current moment in professional wrestling. The potential to be that banner king for sure. Just like Mickie James, like Lita and Trish Stratus did in the early 2000s and late 90s. My pick for this match is Shida, but I wouldn't be absolutely shocked or disappointed if Mickie James was able to pick up the decision that Essie plans that absolutely devastating splash there.
Now that was absolutely beautiful. The amount of height that she got on that is unreal. Now, of course, Shida, no stranger to high flying herself. In fact, often using a chair to propel herself upwards. Kind of reminiscent of Sabu in a way. Maybe she was inspired by OCW. I do not know. But that's not the best thing to be inspired by. But if she does it safely, then it's okay. And meanwhile, a standing corkscrew and a kick out at one from Hardcore Country. What a move by Shida. And she is standing toe to toe with the legend. Oh, and she got too comfortable there, and she got planted. What a kick by Mickie James. And Mickie now showing Shida that you can't show off, and Shida having to kick out at 2. As I said, both these women competing, vying for that final spot in OCW's first ever three-way dance. Oh, what's Hardcore Country thinking? She's at the top. She doesn't really know where she is. Oh my God! Bronco Buster to the floor. What a move by Mickey. And she got all of that, and Shida, oh, she might have hit her head against the side of the ring there. How is she going to respond from this, if at all? Referee the count of 3. Shida looking to break out, but Mickey picking her up. Oh, I'm going to just give her snake eyes on the apron. Jesus, that cannot feel good. Oh, but Shida, oh, she's still in this. What a counter. Referee at the count of 5. He's halfway there. Shida, what a kick in the head. Scissors to the floor.
Yeah.
And now putting her back into the ring. And Shida, though, not getting back in immediately. Referee at the count of 7, though. Shida standing right there, probably just trying to regain some air. You know, I feel like every match tonight, just from the opening gate, has just been a fast-paced slobber knocker of some sort.
Yeah. Maybe all your guys and girls saw the glory with absolute slobber knocker.
And Shida with the Shining Wizard! Here's the cover! Oh my goodness, does Shida, is she gonna do it? No!
And Mickey kicked out again. Shida is known for having a very nice Shining Wizard, along with people like Tegan Knox.
And Mickey now trying to gain momentum. Oh my God, double feet to the face. Yeah, I know some people like that, but Shida definitely doesn't. And Mickey sizing her up. What's she thinking? Is this going to be it? Tornado DDT! But she's got to hook the right leg or do something, dragging Shida. But that might be too much time. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and Shida kicks out. Mickey can't believe it. Wasted just a little bit too much time. I shouldn't say wasted, but took a little bit too much time.
Oh, chick kick.
But a chick kick, and looking for that DDT again. Is this going to put Shida away? Oh, she's down. And here's the cover. Is Shida going to kick out again? 1, 2. No, Mickey James. Hardcore Country making history once again. Having to do 2 DDTs to put Shida away, but Mickey James clinches that final spot in the 3-way dance. What a historic main event that was. Mickey James coming out on top and continuing to build herself up as the legend she is, now creating new legends, or that's legendary matches, here in OCW. What a match. What a match. Round of applause.
DDT into the neck kick, into the neck DDT. Phenomenal transition of maneuvers. Definitely didn't give Power Kid any time to breathe. With that, Mickey James was the first ever women's main event in Overdrive history.
In a 4-star match by Diesel Dave, would have been 6 stars in the Tokyo Dome. But regardless, and so now our 3-way dance for next week is set. It'll be Serena Deeb, Raquel Rodriguez, and Mickey James. 3 seemingly different styles coming together. And of course, the legend that is Mickey James, you know, going up against 2 phenomenal athletes in their own rights. And now, I gotta say, next week is going to be another huge week for the Orange brand, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, the House Open continues. You've got your potential main event of the night, and that women's triple threat 3-way dance. We've also probably got some sleeper picks that we haven't thought of. And will we see Imperium take on Hot Team Pro for those private tag team titles? We'll have to see for sure.
Well, I would say indeed they will, but we have not gotten word back from the medical staff yet. But I was told that Vinci, at the very least, he is up, he is walking around. But again, it's about clearing that concussion protocol. That's going to be the big thing. But if he is able to fight next week, then whew, whew, the Orange Brand's gonna be eating good next week. And I guess let's go ahead. We'll give our final thoughts on both shows. For as much as a train wreck as it was, on my side of the portal, both shows I think absolutely knocked it out of the park tonight. I'm not gonna say the dreaded G word, but I will say that the G word did show out as they tend to do. We got five-star match out the deal. There wasn't a single match on that card that was lackluster. On our side of things, that tables match could have been a bit better, could have gone longer. But besides that, everybody on the Orange Brand earning their keep, putting in the work. Of course, 2 women's matches on this card, a historic main event, and just some absolute slobber knockers in between. I'd say this is another amazing night for Overdrive Championship Wrestling.
No, I'd have to agree again. Championship glory. Once again, putting on the phenomenal show. Okada winning a championship exhibition match. Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Glory Showcase, which got him a future opportunity at Cedric Alexander. We're seeing the Women's Tag Team Championship bracket move forward with the Blonde Eliminator. We saw Cora Jade and Liv Morgan pick up a win. And we also saw the Way, pick up a win in that very interesting count-out victory, along with that main event caliber match where we saw Bianca and Mandy Rose take on the team of Mia and Shayna Baszler. That ending with the Karakuda Clutch. I'm very excited to unveil the Women's Tag Team Championship on the road to Defiance, obviously. I'm very excited heading into our second ever pay-per-view.
Yes, sir. Now, of course, that pay-per-view still a ways off, and we still have a long ways to go until we get there. But the road to Defiance is going to be filled with nothing but pure greatness, because that is what OCW truly is. OCW is greatness incarnate, and I'm very proud to be a co-founder and general manager of this phenomenal company. But I do think that it is time for us to sign off. I have to go refine my brain because my brain's been fried this entire broadcast. But, we try our best. We absolutely try our best. But ladies and gentlemen, for Elias Storm, I am Manager of Champions. I am one half the Undisputed Kings of Commentary. I am Stanley Brewer. He was Elias Storm once again. The other half the Undisputed Kings of Commentary. Have to make sure I get both of us in there. And ladies and gentlemen, OCW out.